surf at Luke's hometown, Newcastle, 3 hours after arriving from England, that Luke remembered just how bloody fit his cousin was, and how competitive. Fun, though. Lots of fun. Another reason you're so exhausted. Tell me, Luke, just how did he con you into participating in a dance-off last night? And when was the last time you spent 5 hours plus doing little but the Macarena, the Nutbush, the Time Warp, and the Chicken Dance? Luke chuckled again. Never. Of course, neither had Addison Ellis Lancaster, but that hadn't stopped either of them. When it came to competing, the award-winning wildlife cinematographer from London was an all-or-nothing player, even in something as ludicrous as a dance-off. God help them both if they ever lived in the same country. They'd both be dead from competition overdrive. Heads up, convict, a deep voice called, a second before a damp towel whacked into the back of Luke's head. Luke pulled a face, unwrapped the length of thick cotton from around his neck, and tossed it back to his cousin. Will you bloody well stop calling me convict? You damn well know my ancestors didn't come over on the First Fleet. The man grinned at him, his brilliantly white teeth flashing in the room's early morning sunlight. He rounded the sofa and flopped his 6'2" lanky frame onto it. Says you, just 'cause your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather's cousin, doesn't mean he wasn't a criminal deported for his crimes. Luke shook his head. You're an idiot. Tell me again why I brought you to this event, when I could have brought any one of a bevy of beautiful women from back home instead. Because I'm blood, Luke. I'm blood, and blood is thicker than a bevy of beautiful women's water any day. True, that may be, but apart from that statement sounding just plain wrong, blood isn't getting me laid tonight. Addison raised eyebrows, as dark as his hair, which was black and thick and glossy. Is that all you Australians ever think about? Sex? Luke laughed. Don't play the offended gentleman with me, Addo. It's all you Poms think about as well. If I remember correctly, the only reason you became a wildlife cinematographer was to, and I quote, impress the ladies with my far-from-humdrum career. How many times have you scored since arriving in Australia a week ago with the line, I photograph wild lions for a living? What do you do? Addison tipped his head, acknowledging the compliment Luke had apparently given. Many times, old bean, many times. Probably as many times as you've used the line, I'm a firefighter, check out my big muscles. Luke grinned. Okay, his cousin had him on that one. When it came to picking up, being a firefighter pretty much was a dream job. So, convict, Addison crossed his ankles on the coffee table and threaded his fingers behind his head, his dark blue eyes glinting with mischief. We've swum, we've snorkeled, and we've chatted up the waitresses, and it's only 10 a.m. What's the plan for the rest of today? Luke scratched at his stomach, the memory of the little cutie who served them breakfast not an hour ago stirring pleasant sensations in his groin. She was quite lovely, and completely charmed by them both. Maybe they could head back to the bistro for some coffee before Luke headed to the island's main dock. A quick flirt before Aiden arrived by seaplane. He shot his cousin a sideward glance. Fancy some coffee at the place we had breakfast? Addison's lips curled away from his teeth. That sounds like a fine idea. Think you can handle seeing me get the girl again? Luke smacked Addison in the gut with the back of his fist, chuckling at the way his cousin jackknifed into a laughing, coughing ball. Think you can handle being beaten by a convict this time? 5 minutes later, they made their way through the resort's lush tropical gardens, heading for the